Tax agencies nowadays put significant effort in evolving their operating model up to the demands of the digital era. In Capgemini's newly released Trends in Tax report, we highlight some of the key challenges and opportunities along that way. Today, I am sitting here with Evert Voorn, the lead author of the Trends in Tax report and one of the Capgemini's key tax experts. Evert, could you tell me, what is a Trends report?
Within Capgemini, maybe first to say is that we work with our clients and we don't sell them technology or package solutions. We help our clients to make technology work. And you can say over the last decade, we mainly help our clients to evolve in the digital era, the digital transformation. So from this way of working with Capgemini, we're not only technology focused, but we have a deep domain expertise and business understanding from our clients' field of working. And what we do in the Trends in reports is combine our insights in the business domain of our clients and, of course, our knowledge and experience with technologies. And we make a description of trends we see. Of course, there's a large piece about technology trends, which we have, of course, expert knowledge about within the group. But we also did a lot of research on non-technical trends like global trends, socio-demographic trends, policy-making trends. And we combined the insights we had from global trends we see, all the knowledge and experience we have in the tax administration domain. We did an analysis. And finally, we did an extensive round of interviews with senior officials in tax agencies to ask them about their challenges, about their struggles, about their successes. And that we combined to I should say, easy to read description of what is happening in the world of tax agencies.
So now diving into the content, what would you say are the key takeaways of this Trends in Tax report?
Well, there are a couple of very interesting analyses in the report. The first thing that comes to mind is that tax agencies nowadays are facing huge challenges in terms of becoming more agile. Tax agencies have to develop their operating model and even their business model to be ready for new types of taxation, other ways of fulfilling the ever-increasing demands of taxpayers, both private and corporate. And there's a couple of aspects that are, you could say, hindering or blocking the path towards more agility. We see, you could say, are surprised that a very clear and comprehensive digital strategy is lacking in most strategic plans of tax agencies. A second key takeaway would be in the use of intelligence by tax agencies. Tax agencies have always been government bodies that process a lot of big data. Tax agencies are entitled to ask a lot of information that relates to the tax liability of taxpayers, but the use of the massively available big data has changed. Today we have impressive computing power and sophisticated algorithms, artificial intelligence, to process the available data. What we see that tax agencies are struggling with, that is really putting the use of intelligence as a key business function into the heart of their operating model. So that's one. The second aspect about the use of intelligence at the heart of the tax agency's operating model are the aspects of accountability and integrity. And there's a lively public debate about ethics and AI, and tax agencies are at the center of this debate. So you could say former Western world, North America, definitely Europe, tax agencies are facing serious challenges with their legacy of IT systems, their IT landscape. There's a second very interesting element when we discussed legacy problems with tax officials. And one of them said, well, there's not only the problem of the IT legacy. There's also the problem of the legacy of the mass automation of large-scale administrative processes. What we see is that the formerly outstanding best-in-class tax agencies are among the first to automate their administrative processes and did so large-scale. And the officials said, well, they digitized their administrative processes, but now it's time to digitalize these processes. What it comes down to, in day-to-day practice, it's perfectly possible to file your tax return via the internet, but after that it drops into a siloed back-end system within the tax agency and is there processed step by step specifically for this type of taxes. One of the effects this has, and we see that in many countries and many tax agencies struggle with this. Once a taxpayer, like me, wants to solve some issue I have with my financial situation day to day, and I ask for help. I call the customer center of the tax agency, and I have basically a question about my tax on wages, my income tax return, and some tax credit for maybe daytime childcare I have. The official of the tax agency has, in a lot of cases, to dive into 3 different processes, 3 different systems, one for the tax credits, one for the taxes on wages, one for the income tax, to answer my question, which for me as a taxpayer comes down to my one financial situation and liabilities with the tax agency. What we see is a lot of these issues and day-to-day problems in their operational excellence can be solved or diminished by the good use of robotics and process automation. But we see to our surprise that that is in the very early stages of application and deployment. And at the same time we see within tax agencies who really have put their mind to making their operational excellence day to day on a required level with the use of, for example, process automation, are very successful in that. So that's, I would say, one of the very interesting takeaways in this report.
So, Evert, thank you for the insights you've provided us with. And a question that we should always ask within Capgemini Invent is, what's next?
Well, what's next? Read the report. I would suggest to everyone who's interested in the public sector, and specifically in tax agencies, and maybe try to read the report not only on the level of interesting technology trends, but there are a lot of examples in the report that I think will be food for thought to look again at your own business model and operating model.